congratulate you for stepping outside your...
Hi guys, I have some updates while I make my to-do list before the end of the night, which is in like an hour and a half. So I figured I'd come on and say hi and tell you guys I figured out why I felt so bad yesterday and today. It was terrifying. Yeah, it had to do with my anesthesia, which... Anyway, I have some things to talk to patient experience about. Sorry about the light behind me, but it was just going to be too bright. Oh, and I watched the first inaugural Women's Professional Baseball League game today between the New York Heights and between the New York Heights and the LA Queens. And oh my gosh, I'm not going to spoil it. Well, I guess I can because it's going to be everywhere. But the LA Queens won. They came back. It was 2-7. And they came back to win 10-8. It was crazy. It was amazing. And they had some people who played baseball, some couple ladies who played baseball when the men were at war for the Second World War in the 40s. And one of the mascots was of a 99-year-old who played baseball back in the 40s. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna guess baseball? No. But yeah, so I just got some stuff to do. Hi guys, hit the like if you want to. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I watched the first game of the women's professional. Where's my headphones? Sorry, you probably can't hear me. There we go. Hi, this is a ice, like it's cold. I put it in the freezer and it's like a gel inside and it stays cold for about 2 hours, which is really nice. I'm in California right now. Yes, I can, Jonathan Anthony. And hey, Juicy Fruit. So in California right now, I don't know if you know, but we're having major heat waves. Like we're getting into over 100 degrees. And so I've got my athletic, running type shirt on, and I've got this on, and I've got another ice pack right here, just trying to stay cool. Like we have air conditioning, but I just wanted to be in a different room because it's easier for me to focus and like quieter than the air conditioning being on, because yeah. Okay, it is 80 degrees and the humidity is really high. Like it doesn't cool off at night anymore right now, and that's been really hard for us. And a lot of people are having heat-related illness. So, is it hot where you are? In other places, there's floods. Like the baseball game I watched today, that was, let me switch to all chat really quick. The baseball game I watched today, it was raining really hard, and the team that won still scored 10, and the team that lost still scored 8 times, which was cool. What am I doing? I am talking about the Women's Professional Baseball League because they had that today, their first game in Illinois, and I'm also writing a list of stuff I have to do, and just wanted to talk about something crazy that I went through 2 days ago. If anybody wants to hear it, I'm still going to talk about it because it'll probably be good for me to just get it out. So I have a condition, like a medical condition, that makes it hard for me to swallow anything, basically, after a few months. And then I go and I get it, like a procedure to help it. And then that helps for about 5 to 6 months. And then I get another one in 5 to 6 months. And it's called a dilation. And yes, it is very painful. Juicy fruit, okay. But yeah, so it's very painful before and after. And I was the last person there. Like, they saved me for last for some reason. And it was 3 hours late. Like, my surgery was 3 hours late. So, anyway, yeah. And so I was missing my medicines and everything. And then when I got into the surgery, it was a different anesthesiologist. You don't want your anesthesiologist to change. You don't. Not when you've already gone through everything with a whole nother team. Juicy fruit, I don't know. It doesn't matter. So you're just like spamming the chat. Ollie, oh my god, love it. Yes, thank you. You got it. Yes, 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 yes. High five. So I got into the operating room and it was a different anesthesiologist and different nurses. I'm from Arizona, but I have accents that are kind of from everywhere because the people I grew up with had accents kind of from everywhere. And I have the thing where if you go somewhere where people speak in a different accent, like, I'll start to speak in that accent by like the second day, which is kind of strange because people always think I'm from there then, but my ice pack fell. Anyway, I'm from Arizona, but I am living in California. Juicy, if you really need help, like, call 911 or 211 and they will help you. Like, they don't judge, okay? They'll just answer your questions and it will be okay. Yeah, so, and I do this every 6 months, right? And I've been doing this for probably like 7 years. Okay, 7 years every 6 months. That's like at least 14 times, probably 20. Hey, Matt. So I'm talking about why I've been so sick. So, the anesthesia went wrong. And I didn't know until today because today I was finally able to look at my, I was able to look at my, what do you call it? Hold on a second. I'm trying to fix this. Okay. I looked at the paper and like the times that they gave me my medications. So I didn't go until 7. Okay? And they gave me my medications at the wrong times and in the wrong order because it wasn't the anesthesiologist that I had. And they gave me too much of the paralytic medicine. When you have general anesthesia, where like you go to sleep and like some people dream, some people don't dream, but they put like the thing on you and you breathe and then they push medicine into your IV and then you just go to sleep and then you wake up generally all loopy and like laughing and funny. I woke up and everybody was gone except for 2 nurses. So my fiance couldn't get up to me because nobody was answering the phone. It was terrifying. And so I was asking them for medicine, and they told me they had already given me the medication when I was asleep. But then I looked at my chart, and I found out they only gave it to me in the operating room. They didn't give it to me afterward, and I always get it afterward in order to have a better outcome. And they gave me too much of the paralytic medicine so that you don't move during anesthesia. You have to get paralyzed, which is extremely painful, but they gave me too much of that. So I could not move. Like, I was terrified. I couldn't move to the point where I didn't even know like how I was going to go to the hospital other than in an ambulance. But I'm allergic literally to everything at the hospital, the cleaners, the laundry, like most of the medications. Their medication timing is not my medication timing, so everything just gets thrown off when I go to the hospital, and I don't get any sleep. It's not cool, okay? So anyway, I'm glad I didn't have to go, but yeah, it took a long time for it to wear off, and it literally felt like there was like a semi truck on top of me, and I couldn't even like lift my arms. Like my fiance had to basically carry me to the bathroom and put me on the toilet, and thank God he was here. But like it was terrifying. I couldn't breathe right. Like I couldn't get a breath. I couldn't move my arms. I never want to experience that again. So I'm definitely going to talk to the anesthesiologist next time, because there will be plenty of the next time. And make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys because it was terrible. And if you ever go through anesthesia, make sure that you understand that the paralytic medicine can be overdosed or underdosed or not wear off quickly. And I don't want any of you to go through that. I don't want anybody to go through that. It's scary and terrible. And it's still terrible. And I'm still not able to answer the post-surgery questionnaire because my symptoms are still not gone. Well, that's just annoying. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Now, gotta do my Duolingo, day 70. Woohoo. I did self-medication injections for my migraines, and they helped. But then I started getting like a lump that wouldn't go away at the injection site. I'm just gonna, sorry, I have post a little video I made earlier trying to find my phone. I have ADHD that's not medicated, and now I'm gonna do like 3 things at once, so don't worry, it's okay. Yeah, okay. My sister's the same way. She's afraid of needles, but she has a bunch of tattoos. And I'm like, what? Yeah, so I didn't really understand. But I don't know. She says it's kind of like a massage getting the tattoo over like ouch. Like there's no medicine going in. So I think that might be the difference. But there is ink going in. So. I don't know. But yeah, if you ever have anesthesia, just make sure they're giving you the right amount, because you don't want to feel like you can't move at all. And it's been like, how long had it been? Like a day and a half total, and I still felt like that. But yeah, Matt, that sucks. I hope that your wife is able to call it, deal with the self injections. My best friend has the same problem, and she has to do the self injections. She's not doing them right now, but she had to do them for years. And she had a really hard time. So her fiance, and then she married him, and now he's her husband. He helps her with that, and she like takes a Benadryl, like gets sleepy first, and then, so she kind of doesn't care, and then she will get her injection. She'll also take like Tylenol or Advil first, just so that the pain after isn't as bad, and then she will what's the word? Sometimes she numbs it with ice as well. So there are a lot of different ways you can do it. If you numb it with ice, it might hurt more afterward because the muscle is cold. Especially with the diabetes medication, you have to inject that into different places. So, and it's different doses. And the pens, they go in the fridge and everything. So you have to keep the cooler. There's a sensory toy to press on the area surrounding the injection site to fool the body about where the needle is going in. I need to write this information down. Thank you for sharing. So I guess if it pricks you in a circle or puts pressure, because that's what she did, my nurse did when she accessed my port, is she moved it around a lot and it kind of distracted me. And then by the time she did it, like she got it first time, no pain. So it's like getting an IV first time, no pain, like getting a shot first time, no pain. So, but that is really cool. Are you gonna get the sensory needle? Like, I would call it like, I don't know. I wouldn't really call it a toy, but a tool. There you go, a sensory tool for injections. I'm gonna let my doctors know about that. I'm gonna look into it. Even if it's just like, I used to pinch my leg when I was getting a shot so that like my brain would think it was something else. Exactly, Matt. You're gonna get taught how to stab your wifey every week. But then she'll stay alive, right? So, and you want that. She seems lovely. Oh yeah. Sensory. Come on. Sensory help for needle phobia. And thank you for saying that I am smart. I have worked very hard to learn what I have learned and retain the knowledge. So I appreciate that. And I am the least smart person in my family, I guess, in my estimation. Or I should say, I've had to work the hardest to be smart, if that makes sense. Much harder than anyone else in my family that I know of. So I really appreciate that. I do know a lot of medical things, which that's a different kind of smart. But that's just because I live it every single day. What else is new? Oh, I was looking at the map of Europe, and wow, I thought it was bigger. Like, I didn't realize how small it is. Like how fast you can drive. I mean, in medieval times, it would have been like, walking or a horse and a cart. But like, yeah, I didn't know you could drive. I mean, I didn't know it was that quick to get around. Whereas here, to get halfway through California, it's like 9 hours. So, or maybe like 2/3 of the way through California is 9 hours. It's a long time. And gas is expensive. But that's beside the point. How much is petrol there? Like percentage wise for your car? Like, is it expensive? Yes, you do need a sharp spin. Oh, so the needle comes out and then you put the needle in the sharps and then you can put a sterile needle in it for the next time? And you can like measure the dose? Is that how it works? Because I think I had a friend who did that because we ate, this was like when I was in like middle school or something, we ate at Wendy's and they got like a tiny Frosty at the end, and so they had to redose themselves. But they like did it like under the table in their lap all sneaky like. But then they brought the pen back up and I was like, oh, I didn't know they were diabetic, but like obviously they don't want people to really talk about it because they're not doing it out in the open. So I didn't say anything, but oh my gosh. Actually here you can drive 4 hours and leave a state, depending on the state. But yeah, that's about right. Especially, yeah, that's pretty much right. Yep. But here, really, the cities are situated by the rivers too. Our river isn't really a river, I guess. It's a canal more. It's paved. So, like, if you're going over in the airplane and you look down and you see the Santa Ana River, it's just like sometimes it's empty and it's just cement and like some bridges over the top for the cars to go across or bikes. But man, if you in Europe, if you travel 4 hours, you're in a new country, and that's by car, or is that by like train? I mean, I can't. I guess where I live, I could travel there and be in a new country, but that's just because I live in Southern California. But that's. Oh my goodness, really? If you travel 2 hours, there's a new word for tea cake, and the accent has changed twice. That kind of reminds me of here when you live in the Midwest. And like a lot of people say this about Texas, but the Midwest as well. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. That's what they say. Because it'll change. But yeah, the women's professional baseball league thing was really cool to watch. I've watched baseball since I was a little kid, and it wasn't super bright. It wasn't super flashy. It was like small because it was the first game they've ever had. But they're like over 3,000 people there, so that's like really good. There's professional women's hockey now. There's not that many players for it, but they have U.S. professional women's hockey now, which is cool. And they played really well today. Like I said, it was 10-8, which is a lot of scoring, and that's really cool. And a lot of them played on baseball teams that compete internationally. But in the U.S., there was no women's baseball until today, except for in the 1940s when it was World War II and the men were gone. And that's where we got A League of Our Own and Peaches and the other teams. Yeah, the accent, man. How was Yorkshire Day? I hope it was good. I hope you had some good food. Okay, let's see. Oh, I have a 70-day streak on Duolingo and it's 11/11. Look at that. I mean on ice, but my sister, it's either ice or roller hockey. But right, the one I was speaking about now, that's ice. Ice hockey. Yes. And I think there's at least one Canadian team because we play against Canada and a couple things. Like in the World Series, Toronto was playing against the Dodgers. And they played in Toronto. But yeah, there's field hockey too. Oh, you took your wife shopping. That's sweet. You had your retail therapy yesterday and she gets hers today. And then when she has to do her shot, then hopefully she'll be able to think of something nice that she got when she was out today. Yeah. But yeah, that reaction really scared me. So I wanted to come on and say that it exists. And if you ever have it, please call your doctor. They usually give you a number to call on the paperwork they send you home with. And then they'll tell you what to do. But basically the symptom was I felt like I couldn't breathe enough. Like I couldn't get a deep breath. I couldn't move my neck side to side or front to back. Like my arms, I couldn't move it past like about here. My shoulders were like frozen, I guess, like what they would call frozen shoulder. My whole body was just rigid. It was really scary and extremely painful, and I never want to experience it again, ever. So next time we get to figure out how to not have that happen, right? But yes, this week I can talk to my palliative care team, and if I need more medicine, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help me and get me through this because it was just bad all around. I mean, the procedure itself wasn't bad. Like my doctor is very good, my surgeon, but yeah, having everything switched on me at the last minute and then not being able to see my fiance right away afterward and like all that was not as fun. And being there for so long was just ridiculous. I also think the malnutrition kind of played a part in it. But now I must go do my Duolingo, look into this sensory thing for needle phobia, and then do the shopping. I treated for ants. Heather, if you are here, I put it in the corners like I mentioned, or if you watch this later. And I just kind of looked around to see where they were coming from, and then I squeezed a little bit of the gel, and then I'll check tomorrow to see if they're eating it. And if they are, then I'll put a little bit more because I ordered more for tomorrow. And I read you should switch, like alternate the kinds so that they don't get used to one kind and then build up a tolerance and then not be killed by it. So I got a different brand this time, and then next time I'll get a different brand, and then I'll go back to the brand I had yesterday. But yeah, so I'm glad you got to take her out, Matt, and I'm glad you had a good Yorkshire day. I'm still having a little pain breathing, so I'm gonna go, but I really hope that we'll be able to hang out in support group later. But either way, it'll be okay. I was just gonna say something and I just lost it. For a same day appointment at your local doctor. So the surgery, as in the surgery center? I'm just curious. Same day appointment at your local doctor's surgery. You have to phone in at 8 a.m. There are so many times when I've had to wake up at like 7 so I can call at 8 so I can make sure that it gets done, and then I fall back to sleep right away. Because I'm not a morning person. Like, it's just really hard for me because I can't sleep probably till 4 in the morning. So it's just, I wish I could, but even with my medication, it just doesn't work. I did start making a picture for the back of my phone case. So if and when I do finish it, and if I do like it, maybe I'll post a picture. Yeah. Oh, okay. Before I go, here's some pretty cute babies, huh? Cutie pies. See you guys later.